Hang on, it's preparing to live. Yeah, been on about 20 minutes.
Was it 15, 20 seconds?
Yeah, it's 20 seconds. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, we got that as well. Done redirection to YouTube, and we are 1, 2, 3. We're live. We are live.
There you go. Do you want to make the Facebook post?
Yep. Copy. Should I put the link in, or should I just say we're live?
Link in, I would.
Okay.
If you're joining us here and you've just you're watching it later at a later date, you might want to skip forward 10 minutes or so until when the quiz actually starts.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people joining. Exclamation! Oh, you got to put an exclamation mark in. Beautiful.
Are you public live? I can't see it on my.
Yeah, I should be. Yeah, I think so. Tell me when if you can get on that. Then can you share it onto Beta's Playtime as well, just so you can see it?
Is it public?
I think so. I set public on when I press go live.
Don't listen to this. This is just shop talk. Words. I know words like public can be a bit intimidating.
Hang on, I go on my YouTube as well.
Hilby SLC.
I am on Hilby SLC. I am streaming from Hilby SLC, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we're live. I can see we're live.
Perfect. What did you share it on?
Oh, I'm about to post on. I haven't posted on Hilby SLC yet.
Okay.
There we go. Posted.
Here we go. The next chapter in something probably.
In many things, Hugo. I've posted it. Do you want to share it in as many places as you can possibly share?
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Quiz is live now. Well, look at this. Look at us. What a great time.
Perfecto. Whew. Done. Everything is all set up and ready to go. Just get on my phone now too. What I have done is exited from YouTube on my browser. So, like last week, it's going to prove quite difficult to close down. But that's okay.
Yeah, but it didn't go on longer, so it's fine. Oh, here we go. Well, we're live. 1 watching. 2 watching. That's me and you. Me and you, Jeb.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's 2 watching so far. And it's me and you. We're doing well. Good start. Once we've shared the. Did you share? Oh, 6 now. 6.
6.
Yeah.
Absolute blimers. Oh my gosh. Not even just Hill B people today. We've got all sorts.
All people across the world.
Shout out to my favourite resident of Sutton Coldfield.
Everyone's favourite. Well, no, maybe not everyone's. if you have a relative there, then
everyone's saying in the chat their favourite person from Sutton Coldfield.
Good. We are. All right. Yeah, we've posted it in enough sources.
Oh, by the way, there's a little teaser on screen before we get started. Yep. Who is that man I've subtly, or could be a woman, could be anyone.
Could be a woman.
Who is the person I've subtly distorted the face of? It's a little bit easier than last time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could maybe have a stab at it, but I still wouldn't know. Could you tell by what they're wearing, their garb?
Garb?
Yeah, garb is a word, isn't it?
It's a good word. Garb doesn't have a silent U, unlike the word guard, and that's the first of many interesting facts you'll be learning here today.
How many words have silent U's?
Oh, I can't name one.
For later on.
What about the word Q?
Oh, well, it's more debatable, that one, because QI sounds like Kurt, doesn't it?
Oh, interesting. I think
G. I mean, oh, here we go.
I'm just going to stop sharing a sec.
Okay. Oh, we've got. They're piling in. I'll put what I like to see. 15 people. It's going up.
There we go.
Thank you, Hugo.
Exciting times.
Sorry. Should I say Huey? Huey Birch.
Yeah, Huey Birch.
You had a
This
bit
is
of a,
coming for you from Huey Birch and Jeb Norland.
had a bit of an identity revamp over the last week. I don't blame you, really. It's one of those times.
Like, when else are you going to do it, you know?
What caused the shift from Hugo to Huey?
Huey, he's my favourite of Scrooge McDuck's nephews, I'd say. And so I had to change it, you know?
Yeah,
What about you, Jeb? Is that your favourite Bush, Jeb Bush?
Yes. No, actually, I don't have that one on record. Jeb, I'd say I neither like nor dislike any of the Bushes.
What about me? Birch, sorry, Birch, I guess.
You're Huey Birch. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Jeb's real name is Jack, and my real name is Hugo. Hello, if you're welcoming. Hello, if you're welcoming. That's how sentences work.
By these silly charades we're playing. Our names are, in fact, Jack and Hugo. Oh. We on?
Well,
20?
look at us. Look at how far we've come. It's been a whole other week. We got through it, team.
Somehow. I had a very busy day today, full of summatives and other things, mostly just summatives.
But here's where we forget about our summatives, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Put your summatives behind you. What's going on in the world? Oh yeah, true. A lot of people happy to be here by the looks of things.
I'm glad no one's unhappy to be here. If you are unhappy to be here, you don't have to watch.
Yeah, you don't feel obligated.
No obligation. Equally, if you're watching this on repeat, or whatever you call it, feel free to watch us on double speed.
Yeah, please, but not in the actual thing.
No.
But for this first, I would say probably 10 minutes. It would just be us. I would say Hugo filling time. I don't know about you, but
there's no other way of saying it.
We are no other way of saying
in
it.
essence filling time. If you're joining us now, who's that person on the screen? And I'm not talking about me or Jeb.
I actually have absolutely no idea. Is it someone from Hillbead?
No. I feel like you do know who it is.
I think I do. If it's who I think it is, then yeah, it's a great start, I've got to say.
It's a great start, you know.
But if it isn't...
Any television you've been enjoying lately, Jack?
Oh, I'll tell you what. I've been watching a lot of Parks and Recreation. I find that's a very great way to chill out. I've been quite addicted to that. I've seen it all before.
What I noticed is that often with Parks and Recreation, I can't access it from my own Netflix because it's obviously not available on UK Netflix. That's why today is brought to you, as always, by NordVPN. NordVPN, if you need access, if you need to encrypt your data and get it from another source, maybe that's the place to go.
If you type the code Huey52, you get 0% discount on your first month.
Yeah, that's true. Kieran says he's going to watch us on Deja Vu, which is good to know.
In 5 years' time.
Yeah, true. And then an hour later than that.
Yeah, I don't blame you, to be honest, Kieran. I think all the best TV shows end up on Deja Vu.
Just full disclaimer, if anyone was watching and thinking that we're lying, because I know lying can get you demonetized, this isn't really brought to you by NordVPN. That was an untruth.
That was we were just having a little bit of fun there.
What's that? You're joining us. Who's that person on the screen? As a little teaser before we get going.
And if you're just joining us, my name isn't Jeb. His name isn't Huey.
No.
But maybe they are. And
if you joined us at a later date and started watching it from the beginning and click forward to here, you're still not at the actual quiz yet.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. You've been so patient with us.
There's a bit more downtime, but that's okay. Just make yourself comfortable. Get a drink.
Are
you ready to go?
I've got water personally. Adam's ale.
Someone's disliked our live stream.
Wow.
I found out that's already one more dislike than last week. I don't know who that was, but I'm very disappointed.
If you don't like the quiz, you don't have to watch, you know?
Yeah, true.
But I think we've got something for everyone today, especially if everyone has seen the film Avatar. That's only one of the rounds, don't worry.
But is it 10 questions, 20 questions, 30 questions? Who knows?
It's 50 questions.
50 questions on Avatar. You asked for it.
Oh, no, sorry. No, not that many.
Just
And
a
of the
disclaimer.
Avatar questions, only about 4 of them are about Avatar.
Whoa! Don't give it away. Actually,
Avatar, as always, with the tall blue people, not the little bald man with the orange suit.
that's true. But I would neither prefer nor not prefer either of them. They're both equally good
That's lovely to hear.
and equally bad. I actually haven't seen Avatar for ages, so I'll probably, if I was doing this quiz, I would be quite bad.
It's got some
I used to
sequels
love
coming
it back
out,
in the
I
day,
believe.
though.
What
Sorry?
we've all been asking for.
Is it? What, Avatar?
Avatar 2 and Avatar 3.
Oh, I'm excited. I actually was reading about that yesterday, in preparation. Avatar 2 and 3 are currently in the works. There had to be a break in filming because Sigourney Weaver had to film a special of Doc Martin. So they had to break filming for a couple of weeks while she went down to Cornwall to film that. So,
Quite what a place to be fair. It's quite
Yeah.
far from the world that Avatar is set, which we're not going to say because it might be an answer.
Spoilers. I may have given away an answer as well, but I'm sure she may or may not have been in it. That may be a fake name.
What I forgot, everyone's going to have to smash that like button, I'm afraid, because apparently if you have more dislikes than likes, then you do get demonetized.
That is not okay. So please, can you smash that
we
like button?
We need the readies, as that advert said that one time. The
And
Wonga.
frankly, we need the ego boost as well.
The Dosh.
The Dosh, yeah. Hang on, what are we on? 47. It's not even 8:30 yet as well.
Felix Bailey, who requested the round, says he hasn't watched Avatar since it came out.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Absolutely great.
Brilliant choice of film for your special round, Felix. I mean, there's a lot of content in Avatar. There's a whole fully fledged universe in that.
Well, we're not going to give any away though.
No, obviously not.
Jack, you may notice is dressed very casually today, and that's because he doesn't care about you.
I did ask Hugo before we started whether I should change into my lovely Hillbeat jumper, and he said no. And now I can see it was all a setup.
It was all a setup.
You've
just got, I'm afraid to say, a little bit pranked.
Damn it. That's okay though. I'm very comfortable.
Should we give it another few minutes?
Very comfortable. Sorry?
Give it another few minutes?
I think so.
Once again, if you're watching this again and you've clicked forward a little bit more to the 8:30 mark, a few more minutes on.
We're still very much not ready to go.
Obviously not the 8:30 mark, because that's not how time works on YouTube.
Yeah, true.
You just click to the time of day in which it was filmed. This is coming at you live at the moment, possibly 20 seconds in the future.
Live from Cornwall, live from Suffolk. Or is it?
Which is good, because there's not much live in Suffolk.
Not much is live in Suffolk.
Some sheep, probably.
Yeah, a lot of sheep. We love our wool in Suffolk.
Oh,
big export.
Suffolk is one of the best sheep breeds, in my humble opinion. That's not the opinion of the show. But I'm a fan of the Suffolk sheep.
I'm glad you enjoy the Suffolk sheep, but obviously, nicely. I'm not a big fan. I'll give you that. I'm more of a traditionalist when it comes to sheep.
What sheep breed would that be, Jack?
The common sheep.
The common sheep, sheepus.
Sheepus, yeah. The one, the white and fluffy one.
Ah, the ones in the sky?
Oh, sorry, they're clouds. I love clouds. Man. That's what it was.
If you think about it, clouds are the most common form of sheep.
Probably. I
presume this is the content everyone's come to watch.
They're not here for the quiz.
Us talking about sheep.
I took a lovely picture of a cloud today.
Yes, of course you did.
It was a really nice picture.
If you don't know Jeb, that is very on brand. That is.
I don't even. I just love taking pictures of clouds. Shoot me. It was very big and grey, and it was a lovely contrast with the blue sky around it. So it was very nice.
Gonna give it 2 or 3 more minutes.
Yeah, I think 3 minutes is a good shout.
A nice round number of 8:35. If you've just joined us, who's that person on the screen? It's a little teaser for you. I've lightly distorted them. Can you tell me who it is? Got quite a recognisable forehead there.
I'm a big fan that you're quite consistent with the top most. I think the first one of last week's as well was a similar effect to that.
Yeah, possibly. If I'm honest, I'd forgotten to do this until very shortly before the quiz. And so I did that quite quickly. Tell you what was a nice surprise today. I set up my laptop and everything, and then everyone started clapping.
Oh,
that was lovely.
I
presume that was what it was for.
I think so. I can't think of any other reason. Obviously, I can think about many other reasons why, and
I just would personally like to say happy birthday to that man who likes singing that song.
yeah,
Tom?
Captain Tom Moore.
Captain Tom. Sorry, everyone.
Give him a shout out on this show. Happy birthday, Tom.
We do not endorse or not endorse Captain Tom.
I thought we are allowed to endorse.
Are we allowed to endorse him?
I think if there's anyone we can endorse, it's it's the least divisive man. Okay, fine. We are indifferent. No, we do very much. What a guy.
Do you like the old, Jack?
I do like the old. They've got so many stories to tell.
Jeb. Sorry.
Thank you. Using my correct prefix.
You reckon the picture is not JFK? I can reveal it is not any sort of American president.
Yes.
Yet,
I can confirm.
As of this current date.
Maybe a president in the future. Or does that mean that they're living or dead? Are they living or dead, Hugo? Can you give that away?
They are living.
So maybe
Harvey's mum is a key worker. That's thank you for that. I'm sure key worker of our hearts,
Yeah, I like that a lot.
What is the quiz position on Princess Diana?
That's a weighty topic to bring up a minute before the quiz is about to start.
Just by
she was a member of the royal family that was seen by many to be a very influential figure of the late 20th century.
As we can expect, a politician's answer from Jeb there. Not giving the people what they want in any way. Honestly, dressed up with no effort at all.
I actually can't believe
skirting around the questions.
I can't believe you. It's a shocking play from Huey Birch. Someone's going to go and get a Bedo's Blue.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it.
Called. I hate to be that guy.
Jack, our cocktail of the week is the pine cone. Can you tell me how you make a pine cone?
Yep. So you start a pine cone with maple syrup because, yep, that sounds about right. It comes from a tree. And then
4 shots of vodka, I believe.
Or apple juice.
Or apple juice if you're.
They both work equally well.
Yeah.
Whatever you prefer.
There we go. And that's the pine cone. Maple syrup, 4 shots of vodka, and or apple juice. So why don't we make a start?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think
welcome to the quiz, one and all. We're back again. We're gonna have a great time. This figure on the screen, if you're wondering, if you're having a little guess who it was, is Bradley Walsh.
What? That is not who I thought it was at all.
Who do you think
it was? The guy from Horrible Histories.
Oh no, not at all.
Oh.
You can see that. Who do you think it was from Horrible Histories? Ben Willibond?
No, the guy with the guy who plays one of the pilots. Oh, he plays Henry VIII.
Yeah, that's Ben Willibond, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I didn't hear you. I thought you said someone else. So you can kind of see.
Do I ever wear anything that isn't Hillbeat Stash? Why would you? So round 1. Without any further ado, you might want to write down the rounds. We'll go through all the answers at the end. We're about 20 seconds ahead, so if you comment something in the YouTube chat, we won't see it, or you won't see us respond to it for another 20 seconds, but that's fine.
If we respond to it at all. We might not even respond to it.
If we will try to. And then, yeah, that's it. So Jack, do you want to start with question 1? Jack's not seeing any questions today, so if he can't read it properly, that's because he's not putting in any effort.
That's absolutely brutal. Well, round 1 today is, of course, the links round in Hillby tradition. So we're going to show you questions that each have something in common. And the last question will be, what's the link? What do they all have in common? So without further ado, first question is as follows. Which English actor caused controversy in January 2020 with comments made on Question Time about forced diversity in the film 1917? So, which English actor caused controversy in January 2020 with comments made on Question Time about forced diversity in the film 1917?
Starting off quite heavy.
What a start.
Okay. I'm afraid you don't get a point if you guessed it was Bradley Walsh, but well done you.
You get a point of your own satisfaction. Arguably the most important point of all.
I'd say so.
Doing pretty well this week, 72. That's what I like to see. They're piling it.
Lovely to see you all.
If you've just joined us, you've just missed the first question, but it's still on the screen. So
Oh,
you can still do it.
perfect. Don't worry about it.
Don't even worry about
You
it.
can even pause it. No, maybe don't do that because then we'll get a bit ahead of you, but it's fine.
I mean, you can pause it if you want.
If you have to.
If you have to.
Should we go to question 2?
Question number 2. Which animal was historically taken into mines by workers in order to detect carbon monoxide? So which animal was historically taken into mines by workers in order to detect carbon monoxide?
And we want the species of animal, not like a name.
Oh,
not like John or Susan.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll do it. Should we judge it on a case-by-case basis?
I think that might take a while.
If they really feel like they want to argue the point, who are we to stop them?
I think we're in a quite good place to stop them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Should we go on to question 3?
Question number 3. Which Miles Davis album, released in 1959, was ranked the 12th greatest album of all time by Rolling Stone? Which Miles Davis album, released in 1959, was ranked the 12th greatest album of all time by Rolling Stone? That is, of course, not the Rolling Stones. That is the Rolling Stone publication.
I'm sorry, that's not in italics. This round wasn't sent to me in italics. So once again, shame on you, Kieran.
I didn't know whether we were going to name and shame, but clearly we are.
Oh no, sorry, I don't know who. From shame on you, undisclosed person. We'll bleep that out in post.
You know what you did. Should we go on to question number 4?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Question number 4. In the Catholic Church, canonization is the formal name of what process? In the Catholic Church, canonization is the formal name of what process? And if you have forgotten what Christianity is, just look above Hugo's right shoulder and...
No.
Hugo's right shoulder and you'll be reminded.
Yeah, that's true. And for this one, it's more of a describe what the process of canonization is type thing. Is not rather than just like a one word and that's the answer.
Yeah.
But there is a particular word in your description which needs to be there to fit the link.
It must be word perfect.
Okay, yes. It must be word perfect.
Grammatically correct. Hugo, this is a very on-brand question for the person that sent it in.
Whoever he or she or they may be.
Or they.
Next question.
Number 5? Yeah, let's do it. Question number 5.
Jack, just so you know, that word is Bordeaux.
Thank you very much. What is the common English term for a red wine from Bordeaux, which is light and fruity, easy to drink, in the same style as the original blank, when it was prized by the English in former centuries? What is the common English term for a red wine from Bordeaux, which is light and fruity, easy to drink, in the same style as the original blank, when it was prized by the English in former centuries? And obviously replace blank with any word of your choice.
But that will be the answer.
But that will be the answer, yeah. So it has to be
so you know.
Word of your choice.
Because that's sort of how a quiz works, is that we ask a question and we want an answer.
If you haven't been to a quiz before, oh, here we go. A little message from someone in the Hillby chat. Jeb Norland is my alternative name.
And that's what it says. It says alternative. It doesn't reference any sort of sex worker of any kind. Alternative name.
Alternative name. And you may be correct with that, Harvey. Sorry, I named you.
Sorry, whoever they may be. Question number 6.
Question number 6. People living on the coast are being warned blank may be more aggressive due to a drop in food sources caused by the coronavirus lockdown. Complete the first sentence of this BBC News article from the 31st of March. So people living on the coast are being warned blank may be more aggressive due to a drop in food sources caused by the coronavirus lockdown. Complete the first sentence of this BBC News article from the 31st of March. I think I know that one.
Okay, you.
Well, you know, read the news. That's what it gets you.
This stream is brought to you by the news.
Or not. Or any news you want it to be.
Yeah, and
There are a lot
or
of
not,
news out there.
or lack thereof.
A lot of news outlets out there. You know, we have just broken the 80 milestone. So if you
Oh, the big
haven't
80.
seen, if you haven't seen any of the questions so far, that's okay.
Let's get a big
That's
happy birthday in chat for Captain Tom.
Happy birthday, Captain Tom. Yeah, if you want to say happy birthday to Captain Tom, just stick it in the chat below and we will read out your message.
Yeah. Question number 7.
Question number 7. The name of which BBC sitcom, which starred Adil Ray and ran from 2012 to 2016, was inspired by a 1941 Orson Welles film? The name of which BBC sitcom, which starred Adil Ray and ran from 2012 to 2016, was inspired by a 1941 Orson Welles film? Oh, clap for Harvey's mum.
Clap for everyone.
Clap for
But
everyone.
like, obviously, the NHS, yeah, do that. But you know,
Yeah, that's arguably
clap
the
your
most
neighbour
important.
sometimes. Clap your whoever. Clap your relative.
That's
Clap
very
your friends or
wholesome.
family, parents or guardians. You know.
Yeah, we're all in this together. But obviously, the
Okay.
NHS specifically,
You know,
clap for those guys and key workers.
that just shows you're putting in that little bit of effort, which you know, Jack just refused to put in.
Yeah, you got me. Refused to put in that effort.
Question number 8.
Question number 8. In 1988, who became the first person to represent Britain in ski jumping at the Winter Olympics in 60 years? In 1988, who became the first person to represent Britain in ski jumping at the Winter Olympics in 60 years? Good question.
Very good question. Thank you to whoever sent that in.
No happy birthday for Captain Tom in the chat.
Quite despicable, really.
I'm quite disappointed. I'm disappointed in
it. To be fair, he is quite a divisive figure.
He is, yeah, that's true. So I do understand if your ideology doesn't, you know, account for it. That's okay. Question number 9. On what medical grounds was Donald Trump disqualified from military service in 1972? On what medical grounds was Donald Trump disqualified from military service in 1972?
Well, another good question.
Yes.
Again, with all these answers, you may think, oh, there's different answers, but only one answer will fit the link.
Yes. So even if your answer is right, we won't accept it unless it's our answer.
Yeah, but you know, have fun.
Have fun anyway. Got a message in here.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Captain Gorgeous. Yes, absolutely right. Happy birthday, Captain.
What a gorgeous fellow. And question number 10.
Question number 10. What's the link? Did I even have to read it out for you? No. What is the link?
What's the link? There's a link between these. I'll just quickly go through them now. English actor. Animal taken into mines. Miles Davis album. Canonization. Type of wine. This thing about something on the coast. Adil Ray sitcom. Ski jumping Britain. Donald Trump military service disqualification grounds. And what's the link?
What is the link? What a round. That was a good solid first round, I've got to say. Oh, what the? I don't like our likes to dislike ratio today. We're on 9 likes and 5 dislikes. I feel like the more it gets drawn attention to, the more people are just going to dislike it. So,
well, that's okay.
That's okay.
I guess it's time to move on to our next round.
I guess so.
Everyone has been asking for it. Even people who I've never heard of before. You know, people just stop me on the street, come to my house, ring me up, send me a little fax message. Have been asking for a round on Mary Berry's Baking Bible. So Here it is. This is our book review round. It's a new type of round where we go through a book and ask you questions on it. This week on Mary Berry's Baking Bible. Don't worry if you haven't read it or haven't heard of it before, because it will just be questions about baking, which I've sourced from Mary Berry's Baking Bible.
Lovely high-res image of Mary Berry's Baking Bible as well there.
And a nice background as well. What a lovely looking CAKE. I won't say it in case that's an answer. Question number 1. What type of pastry should be made to make Mary's chocolate eclairs? What type of pastry should be made to make Mary's chocolate eclairs?
Note the third to last word there, Mary's.
Mary Berry, friend of the show.
If she has gone off script, then that's what you need to remember. She might have gone off script with the traditional chocolate eclair recipe.
I can confirm she hasn't. As you probably know about Mary Berry, she's quite traditional.
But also,
in a good way.
She still manages to put her own spin on some old classics, I have, you know.
And I think she's really good at turning on the Bath Christmas lights.
Really?
Sometimes.
Lovely stuff.
Sorry, that doesn't sound very apolitical. Mary Berry, friend of the show, but
maybe not.
But maybe not. Also, equally a foe of the show.
both dearest friend and mortal foe.
It's so true. And question number 2. We are told to bake Mary's classic apple pie in a 200-degree or 800 degree. What? No.
Don't make it in that.
That's too hot. Don't make it that. And we're told to bake Mary's classic apple pie at a 200 degrees Celsius oven. For how many minutes should one bake the pie?
Oh.
She gives a range, so any amount of time within that range we'll give you. So how long should you bake Mary's classic apple pie for? From Rory, she was rubbish when she turned on the Christmas lights.
Whew.
I thought she,
bruising.
Christmas lights, of course, neither a friend or a foe of the show. Nor a sponsor this week, but we are trying to make a connection. And question number 3. What baked good is being described in this excerpt? What baked good is being described in this excerpt? There are many versions of this traditional tea bread. In Welsh, blank means speckled bread. Similar breads are made in different parts of Britain, such as Bambrack in Ireland and Selkirk Bannock in Scotland.
That is lovely pronunciation. Can you read it again in Mary Berry's voice, please?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
No, I don't think I can. There are many versions of this traditional tea bread. In Welsh, no, that's just the Queen.
Oh, it works. It works. Continue.
In Welsh, means speckled bread. Similar, that's not her voice at all. Similar breads are made in different parts of Britain, such as Barmbrack in Ireland and Selkirk Bannock in Scotland.
I enjoyed it for what it's worth. I very much enjoyed that.
And onwards with question number 3. What 3 ingredients go into Mary Berry's fork biscuits? What 3 ingredients go into Mary Berry's fork biscuits? And we don't want like specific types of each one, just sort of general terms.
I've never heard of a fork biscuit. I'll be straight with you.
Oh, that's okay.
But maybe after this, I might try one.
You might have to make it.
They sound quite straightforward, so maybe I will. Only 3 ingredients go into it. What do you think on Mary Berry's departure from the Great British Bake Off?
I can neither confirm nor deny it. Well, I can confirm it's true, but I don't mind about it. I'm very neutral.
I agree in that neutral sense.
Do you think it's better with neutrality to be aggressively for and also aggressively against something? I think that's the way forward. We'll go on to the next question and then we'll discuss this interesting philosophical debate. Which of the following is not a cake recipe in Mary Berry's Baking Bible? Which of the following is not a cake recipe in Mary Berry's Baking Bible? A sponge christening cake, a bunny rabbit birthday cake, bonfire night lava cake, or a New Year tipsy cake?
Good question. I think it's best, rather than to be indifferent, I think you should definitely have very extreme opinions on both sides, which kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's definitely much more erring on the side of neutrality. I think Mary Berry's mum is still alive, which, good genes in that family.
Yeah, it must be Levi's, I guess. Got quite a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. Mary Berry's 85.
85.
She doesn't look
birthday, Mary Berry.
Birthday, Mary Berry. In fact, her birthday was only a couple of weeks ago, so it can be.
She does seem like an April baby.
She was actually a March baby. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that doesn't seem right at all. Question number 6. True or false? Mary Berry's Baking Bible does not feature a section on bread.
Ooh.
Mary Berry's Baking Bible does not feature a section on bread. True or false?
I've got a question for you, Hugo. Do you think that Mary Berry should be an April birthday because that's when the Queen's birthday is?
As a neutral person, I both know and also don't know when the Queen's birthday is.
Okay, sorry. I shouldn't have assumed.
Oh, Jemima says she made Mary Berry fork biscuits today.
What?
I think this book might be a family favourite.
Has there been some conspiracy? Does she have prior knowledge of the answers?
That does seem. Callum does correctly suggest that does make her a cheater. So may get docked a point. Question number 7. In the photograph for Mary's very best scones, in what order are the jam and the cream? So is it cream then jam or jam then cream? In the photograph for Mary's very best scones or scones, in what order are the jam and cream?
That's a very controversial question to slip into this family-friendly quiz.
I just thought she's an authority on baking, and therefore maybe she can shed some light on the debate.
I like that.
I personally, to be apolitical, put jam and cream on both sides.
Oh, yeah, that's a good.
Obviously, jam first on both sides.
Hang on, is that the one I like or not? I think that one is. I think jam first is my support as well.
The Cornish way, interestingly.
Well, there you go. Clearly, I'm a Cornish at heart.
Question number 8. As well as icing sugar and lemon juice, what goes into Mary's royal icing? As well as icing sugar and lemon juice, what goes into Mary's royal icing?
Further evidence there that she is in fact the Queen.
Oh, that's a good point. Everyone else calls it icing.
Mary's royal icing.
It's just been reminded to me that my grandmother went to the same school as Mary Berry.
Which school might that be?
I don't know. I'm sure we're very down to earth and comprehensive.
Oh, it was probably Bath High School, in fact, because I am, yes, the Royal High School Bath. So obviously the local comprehensive.
I'm from Rohan. Dawn French puts jam first, and therefore that must be the correct way. Interesting. Question number 9. Which of Mary Berry's recipes is pictured here?
I'm a really big fan of all this imagery, Hugo. You've really outdone yourself on the quality of these images.
Yeah, and I pulled out all the stops by using Calibri Body as the font for this section of the quiz.
Big fan of that. Kieran wants to ask. Sorry, someone wants to ask. Where is the round on Prue Leith?
Prue Leith. We are apolitical, but we don't agree with her.
Do you know what she did? She was in Bhutan and accidentally spoiled the results of the Bake Off a couple of years ago. I still haven't got over it.
Not last week. I was in Bhutan and I spoiled the results of this very quiz.
But luckily, no one was listening to him, so it's all good.
No, it was fine. Don't worry about it.
Question number 10?
Question number 10. And to finish the round, on the blurb on the dust cover, we discover that BBC's Good Food voted Mary's books in the top 3 most blank celebrity cookbooks. Fill in the blank. So on the blurb on the dust cover of my edition of Mary Berry's Baking Bible, we discover that BBC Good Food voted Mary's books in the top 3 most blank celebrity cookbooks. Fill in the blank.
There are so many words that could fit there. So many excellent words, but only one correct one.
I believe it is an adjective, but you probably could have worked that one out. It's not, for example, most walk celebrity cookbooks.
What about a verb? The most trying celebrity cookbooks.
Oh, I'd say that functions as an adjective.
I think it does as well, but it has an ing on the end, so clearly it was a verb.
What about a noun? Most laptop celebrity cookbooks. You see what I did there? I looked around the room and that's what I could find.
It kind of works in an informal sense.
Thank you. And so I'll just go over the questions very briefly again. Eclair pastry. Oh, how long are you baking a pie for? What's the bake good? How do you make a fork biscuit? Which of the cakes isn't there? Is there a section on bread? Jam then cream or cream then jam, according to Mary. What goes into icing sugar? No. What goes into royal icing? What recipe is this? And the most blank celebrity cookbooks. And now it's time for a little break. If you want to go and have a little tinkle time, or scroll back and
little break.
scroll back and
little break.
see another question again. So we're going to have a little break.
Well, there we go. That's the first 2 rounds completed. Should we have a little look at some of the messages people have sent in so far?
Time for messages from our listeners. Yes, exactly.
What have you got, Hugo?
This is. I got a message saying, I really miss when you mentioned me. Also, free Palestine from Yasser. From Yasser from the grave. That's a little bit political for us, Yasser.
Wow.
For example, we're very, apolitical here. I support Palestine. Jack supports Israel. We balance each other out.
I'd just like to make it very clear that I neither support nor not support either party. But thank you for pitching in, listener. I've got one here from Edwina, 56 from Perth, Australia. She asks, would you consider moving the time of the quiz to a more Australia-friendly time, for example, 4 a.m. UK time? What do you think about that?
Well, luckily with the quiz, you can sort of watch it later if you want. You
Yes.
just won't be able to win.
That's what I was going to reveal to her. The quiz will stay up on the Hillbeat channel after we've finished being live, so you can watch it at any time of the day you like, as many times as you like.
That's the dream. I recommend the ones. I've got a message from Ben in Cornwall who says, Hugo, I don't know who else to text. There's someone in my house. Call the police. Thank you for your lovely message, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
That is very nice to get in touch with you.
That's a lovely thing to say.
That's great.
I've got one from Michael, 29 from Carlisle. He says, will you be launching the show in other languages? His mother is Spanish and wants to enjoy the show. Well, funnily enough, Michael, we have one of these hosts of this show does in fact speak Spanish.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So we'll be more than
I still don't know who it is.
More than happy to re-record the show afterwards in Spanish, just for your benefit. I'm sure you will be.
We will dub it over, or in Spanish, dub it over.
Spoken like a true Spanish
student. I haven't got any more messages of you.
No, that was just it.
This just in. Apparently, Dawn French supports Palestine. But that's fine.
Thank you, Dawn.
Jack, do you mind if I ask you some questions just out of the blue?
If you sure.
Do you always find you need a place to keep your slippery food?
Yes. I do have issues with storing slippery food.
No, you don't need to say too much about it.
Okay.
Would you say you find plates just too shallow for your soups and broths?
I have this issue today. It's absolutely ridiculous that this comes up.
Well, I might have the device to you. This video, this production is sponsored by bowls. Bowls are shaped a bit like an upside down hat, and you can store food inside them, fluids or food alike.
Oh.
So if you'd like to get a bowl, that's a wonderful thing. We recommend it. Bowls might change your life. If you use code BOWL15 at checkout, you can get 15% off. So that is wonderful news. That's an offer only available to our viewers.
And that's at any shop as well. So if you go to any shop and buy a bowl and put the bowl 15, you get 15% off. Give it a go.
Just put bowl 15 in at the checkout when you're physically there at the checkout.
Yes, just say it to the checkout person. They will know what to do.
Bowl 15. Yes.
Brilliant. Well, I like to hear.
Works especially well if you say it a little bit menacingly.
Yeah.
But we don't endorse that. Neither do bowls. Thank you, bowls, once again. So let's move on with our next round, I suppose. Hope everyone's back. Jack, are you want to take it away with this one?
Let's go. Round number 3 is, of course, name the actor. Name the actor who appears in all 3 of these films. Without further ado, let's go straight on to question number 1.
So we're going to show you 3 films, and there's an actor who's in all those films.
Yes.
And then we'll show you, 3 times 9 more, 27 more, or something.
Yeah, sure. Let's go. Question number 1. So the 3 movies are.
Oh, I don't know if we want to give that away. I mean, it
The
does say it
first
on there. I
movie?
suppose you probably can.
It is Les Miserables. The second movie is Mamma Mia, and the third movie is Mean Girls. Watch Your Back in theaters, April the 3rd. Hang on,
Is that
April the
today?
30th? What's today?
Oh, I can't wait to go and see it in the theatre. I hope nothing will stop me.
That's bizarre. I think I'm up for it. Should we go after this?
So which one actor is in all of these films?
Interesting stuff.
There might be an extra in all of them, but I mean, if you put that, then that's very well done, you. But we're not going to give you a point.
We won't give a point for that because, like, this is actually only the correct answer. Only our answer gets it. Sorry. If it's correct, but it's not ours.
Exactly. I don't
No
know if you
points.
noticed this, but some of the faces on the posters have been blurred out, to make it a little bit more
Yes.
challenging.
But not the one in the background.
No, that's friend of the show. Yes.
Isn't that Michael Tornell from Carlisle?
Oh, maybe he's really good at holding that clapperboard. Should we go on to question 2?
Question number 2. That is The Wolf of Wall Street, The Gentleman, and Mike. Work all day, work it all night.
It's Magic Mike, I believe.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the magic because it's hidden behind all the topless men. Sorry, everyone.
Things are always hidden in where you least expect to look. To be honest, when I first saw that picture, I didn't realise there was words on the screen.
I'll be honest, I should have known there wasn't a film called Mike.
This production actually brought to you by Mike Rawdon. Magic Mike Rawdon, as they call him.
He's very nicely of him not streaming anything while I'm doing this because I don't think our Wi-Fi probably would be able to take it.
Norland, Mick Norland.
Mick Norland is doing everyone a favour.
To keep his anonymity. Next one.
Question number 3. Looper, hunted by your future, haunted by your past. Inception, experience.
You don't have to read out the tagline.
Theatres and IMAX, and 500 Days of Summer. This is not a love story. This is a story about love. Sundance Festival, apparently. That one.
Wow.
By the looks of it.
Your mind is the scene of the crime. Well,
that subtitle did escape my attention. It was hidden behind the streets.
If your mind is the scene of the crime, it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as
you don't act on it.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's not in real life, then.
We're going to have to probably have a philosophical thought about that before we necessarily endorse that opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they probably should be thought about before they're said. But anyway, question number 4.
Oh gosh!
Whoa!
Oh, steady on there. Hope no one saw the next one. That would ruin everything.
Question 4. Shutter Island. Some places never let you go. Marvel's Avengers. Just a little cheeky there in the middle of the A. And Foxcatcher. Hang on. There's a little. Is that a review at the top? There are great American movies, and then there are great movies that take America as their very subject. From Greed and Citizen Kane to There Will Be Blood and The Social Network, Foxcatcher has the same soaring ambition, and it can hold its own in that august company. I don't think I've seen the word august used like that in a very long time.
August.
Sorry, but I like to say august.
Interestingly, we call it Avengers Assemble in this family.
Because I think that's because in the UK is another thing called the Avengers, so they had to change the name.
I see. Also, interestingly, as we would like to represent all views here, with the title Foxcatcher, I personally am opposed to fox hunting. Jack is a big fan. For the purpose of this quiz, we do have to balance each other out, but outside the purposes of this quiz, I am not affiliated with either as of this date.
I don't want to affiliate myself with that.
Question number 5?
Question number 5. That is Drive, La La Land, and Blade Runner 2049 or 2049 if you're that way inclined. I think I know this one.
Oh, la-di-da.
Yeah. Shows you how many I actually know when I say that I think I know the ones to the ones I actually know.
That's a good point. There are no clean getaways. Isn't that a lovely thought?
Here's to the fool who dreams.
The Fools Who Dream. I think it's plural. You know.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay. Oh, I do quite like La La Land as a film. Directed by
Obviously therefore don't like it.
Damien Chazelle, I think.
Hugo, actually. Question number 6.
That is The Death of Stalin, The Fight for Leadership Begins, The Big Lebowski, Times Like These Call for a Big Lebowski, and Reservoir Dogs. 5 total strangers team up for the perfect crime. They don't know each other's name, but they've got each other's number.
I never thought about this. But do you think we should be pronouncing it The Big Lebowski?
It is quite Americanized, isn't it?
Isn't everything these days?
Yeah, gosh. Also, I think it was made by the Coen brothers, wasn't it?
You tell me.
Or not? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's why it's pronounced Big Lebowski, but it still should be pronounced Big Lebowski. You're right.
Question number 7.
That is the classic Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. No Strings Attached. Friendship Has Its Benefits. And of course, Black Swan. Venice 2010. It won something in Venice in 2010.
Oh.
And I can't read it, neither can you. There we go.
The tagline, I believe, is "Times like this call for a black swan."
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a little V hidden in the A of Black Swan as well. If you look
Times
closely.
like this call for no strings attached. Once again, just to remind you, we're after the actor who's in all of these films.
Or actress.
Or however they'd like to describe themselves.
Or however they like to be known, yes. Very true. Question number 8. That is Ocean's 13. Revenge is a funny thing. The Big Short. This is a true story. And Inglorious Bastard. Inglorious
Friends.
The new film by Quentin Tarantino. An inglorious, uproarious thrill ride of vengeance. I don't think uproarious is a word.
That's an interesting thought. I've got a brother called Rory, and his name is short for uproarious.
Oh, never mind. Maybe it's a name, but not a word.
It's Greek.
Ah, you learn something new every hour.
Revenge is a funny thing. not a belly laugh.
Revenge is simultaneously a good thing and a bad thing. I think it's fair to say, for purposes of this quiz, it's neither a good thing nor a bad thing.
Revenge is best served with custard, as are most things. Question number 9.
Kingsman, The Secret Service, from the director of X-Men First Class. Of course. The Prestige, Are You Watching Closely? From the director of Batman Begins and Memento. And Interstellar, The End of Earth Will Not Be the End of Us.
We like the biggest name acting person who is in all of these films.
Yep, absolutely. I've got something to say about this round, which I very much like. All of the faces have been very artfully blocked out. There's a lot of swirls going on, which I really appreciate.
That's from quiz contributor Lawrence, who shall remain nameless.
Yep, that's what I'd like to hear. Very good. Okay, so question number 10, I guess. Final question of this round. The Dark Knight. Welcome to a world without rules.
Hey, you weren't expecting Jack to read out all the taglines?
But here we go. Léon, un film de Luc Besson, and Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, perhaps the greatest spy tale of our time. There you go. What a selection.
What do you think? Do you think it's the great spy tale of our time?
I'm not that familiar with it, so I can't really hold judgment on it, unfortunately.
Of the two of us, who do you think is Tinker Tailor and who's Soldier Spy?
Well, I don't want to give that away because, it could be a role.
It could be one of us.
Oh, true.
Just by the way, one of either my name or Jeb's name is an answer to one of those last 10 questions, or it might not be. That's for you to work out.
Yes.
I'll just go through them again quickly just so you can see them if you want to do a little bit of pausing. Number 1, Les Mis, Mamma Mia, Mean Girls. Question number 2, Wolf, Gentleman, Mike. Next one, Looper, Inception, 500 Days. Oh, The question number 4, Shutter Island, Avengers, Foxcatcher. Question number 5, oh, not very good with numbers today. Drive, La La Land, Blade Runner. Question number 6, Stalin, Lebowski, Dogs. Stalin, Lebowski, Dogs, that sounds fun. Question number 7, Star Wars, No Strings Attached, Black Swan. Question number 8, Ocean 13, Big Short, and Glorious Friends. Question number 9, Kingsman, Prestige, and Interstellar. And question number 10, Dark Knight, Leon, Contagious Soldier Spy. There we go.
Exciting news, Hugo. Huey. We've had a big spike to 93 viewers now.
Oh,
I know. People are joining as the quiz is going on, which, is a good sign.
it's acceptable.
Absolutely.
Next round, if you hadn't had enough films today, is our specialist round chosen by team name winners Avatar. On Avatar, the 2009 classic by James Cameron.
Oh, I love that film. What a film.
What a film. Oh, that person looks really blue.
Yes.
So question number 1. On what fictional moon, sharing its name with an infamous box opener, is Avatar set? On what fictional moon, sharing its name with an infamous box opener, is Avatar set?
Oh, she was my favorite character in the film as well. I'm glad you included her as a title screen. I really like when she shapeshifts into loads of people or something.
I think so. Don't give anything away though.
Sorry. Question number 2.
Question number 2. Here we go. On what film did Avatar surpass to become the highest grossing film of all time? What film did Avatar surpass to become the highest grossing film of all time?
We're loving the films this week.
Films. I love films or something. They're all right. Do you want to take the position that you love films?
You do famously love films, Hugo.
All the films.
All the films. I
never, for example, just look at my phone the entire way through.
Monograms, to be fair.
Or other games.
Or other games which
are available.
You may like to play.
Let's have a care react in the chat.
Number 3.
Question number 3. The search for which valuable mineral is the primary motivation for the Resource Development Administration? Outside of the film, it is a term used to refer to any hypothetical, fictional, extremely rare, costly, or impossible material. It's a bit of a mouthful. The search for which valuable mineral is the primary motivation for the Resource Development Administration. Outside of the film, it's a term used to refer to any hypothetical, fictional, extremely rare, costly, or impossible material.
Wow, that's a lot of things at the end there.
You can barely see Avatar in the background. Interestingly, Avatar isn't actually the name of the alien species. That is Zelda, I believe.
that's so meta. I don't even know where to begin. Do you know what you've done there? Or did you just say something random?
No.
That's very impressive. I'll give you that.
Question number 4. Avatar was considered in many ways to be groundbreaking in terms of cinematic technology. For example, the film was widely released in 3D across the world and even 4D in select cinemas in which country?
4D?
Yeah.
Is it real 4D or fake 4D?
I think real 4D, as in I think the fourth dimension is like wind blowing and your seat moves and stuff. I'm no scientist. Avatar was considered in many ways to be groundbreaking in terms of cinematic technology. For example, the film was widely released in 3D across the world and even in 4D in select cinemas in which country?
Have you ever been to a 4D cinema, Hugo?
Maybe. I think it might have been some Shrek spin-off film.
Oh, Puss in Boots?
It's Hugo, actually, just once again.
Sorry, I thought it was Huey. Huey Birch?
Huey Birch.
Also,
I like the way I phrased this question, because because the 3D was really groundbreaking when Avatar came out. No one had ever done a 3D film before. There were more interesting technological things it did, but
It's apparently for the next film, it's going to be doing underwater motion capture, which I think has ever been done before. So
I can't see 3D films.
Look out for that, folks. Tell you what, though, talking of spin-off Shrek movies, I would say that Shrek 3 is definitely the spin-off of the Shrek franchise.
We'll discuss that in a little bit. Question number 5. A 2009 article in Slate predicting that the film was going to flop described the characters of the film as cats with human what? A 2009 article in Slate predicting that the film was going to flop describes the characters of the film as cats with human what?
Any number of answers could fit that, but we're only looking for one.
There was also, I believe, a Christmas spin-off of Shrek called Shrek the Halls.
Oh, there was. I did enjoy that. I did enjoy Shrek the Halls. I've completely
So I
forgotten about
believe
that.
is a pun on the Christmas song.
The Holly and the
Deck
Ivy.
Halls. Hang on.
Probably. I'm not sure why Holly and the Ivy popped into my head.
The Holly and the Ivy is what they call me and Jack. Question number 6. Which Avatar-related word is also an abbreviation of the Ukrainian esports team Nartis Vinkere? Which Avatar-related word is also an abbreviation for the Ukrainian esports team Nartis Vinkere? The eagle-eyed among you will notice that is a Ukrainian esports team with a Latin name.
Well,
So maybe if you went to private school, you could tell us what that means.
Yeah, I was doing a sport quiz last week, which I shared with Hugo actually, which was Latin names of Broadway musicals.
I did get all but one.
I did not do very well at all.
I sent it to a friend of the show, who shall remain nameless, Joseph Cooper, and he did get 100%.
That's very frustrating. I was very awful at it, probably because I didn't actually know the musicals in the first place. But there we go. You've got to give these things a try.
Question number 7. Most of the fauna featured in Avatar is hexapodal. What does this mean? Most of the fauna featured in Avatar is hexapodal. What does this mean?
That word was definitely made up for Avatar.
Oh, yeah, probably. James Cameron paid a lot of money for that word.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like the artist that like copyrighted that shade of grey or something, or blue.
I didn't know about that person.
Yeah, I think Damien Hirst.
Oh, he would.
Copyright. Don't hold me to that. Any better suggestions in the chat, please correct me.
Damien, if you're watching.
Damien, if you're watching, it may not have been you, but it was someone who like coined their own shade and like no one else could use it or something. So there you go. Fun fact. Question number 8.
Question number 8. For which of the following platforms was James Cameron's Avatar the Game not released? For which of the following platforms was James Cameron's Avatar the Game not released? PlayStation Portable, Wii, Game Boy Advanced, and Android. So is it PlayStation Portable, Wii, Game Boy Advance, Android? So which of them was not released? She's got really terrifying eyes. That Avatar lady.
They're really awfully framed as well in that question. Zelda has really awful eyes. Do you think anyone has ever owned all 4? Anyone watching this, have any of you owned all 4 of those at the same time?
I imagine so.
I don't know. They're from different eras. I'm mainly the Game Boy Advance. Question number 9.
Question number 9, Jack, eager not to give anything away. What is the name of the large trees that appear in the film that are often the home of indigenous clans? What is the name of the type of large tree that appears in the film that are often the home of indigenous clans? I'm going to say that question is not as difficult as it looks. The large trees that appear in the film that are often the home of indigenous clans.
I don't know what to say really about the person in the background. At least the eyes aren't in this slide, so I'm thankful for that.
Thank goodness for that. Should we go back?
No. Oh dear. That's really not fun. That's so piercing. I think that's what it is. They're like gazing into my soul.
And question number 10. I'm going to have a little bit of breather before question number 10. Okay. Question number 10. I'm only going to read it once. The events of Avatar take place in the year 2154, or 134 years in the future. We are currently 134 years in the future from 1886, the year that saw the ordination of the first African-American Catholic priest. Another notable Catholic is outgoing Hillbeat SRC treasurer Joseph Cheadle, who shares some of his name with actor Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle is best known for starring in which 2009 American family comedy about pets?
Best known.
That, in our opinion.
In our opinion, in the quiz's official opinion, Don Cheadle
Yeah,
is indeed
we
best
can be
known
firm on this.
for
Don
this
Cheadle
American
is
band
best known
called-
for appearing in the answer to this question.
Oh, that's a big question. I'm glad to see that we're ramping up. Of course, the person with the best team name in this quiz will be able to suggest a second to last round for next week. We're looking forward to it. I'm sure
We're
it'll be
really
good.
looking forward to it.
They always manage to surprise us, so it's exciting.
And should we go on to the wipeout then? The final
Let's
round.
go straight into the wipeout, the final round.
Jack, Jeb, I hope you're prepared for this next slide.
I hope so. Oh, I am. Oh my.
Would you like to take me through what's pictured here?
I don't know if I don't know if I can. What I can tell you is that it appears to be from the horrendous, and I'm happy to say horrendous, the horrendous 2005.
Couldn't tell you.
2005.
Yeah, I think it is actually.
Yeah, 2005 animated film Hoodwinked, featuring some of the worst computer animation ever featured in any film of all time. It is terrifying. I saw it at the cinema and was scarred for many weeks. Without further ado, let's go on to question number one.
Oh, do you want to explain how the wipeout works?
Sorry. For anyone that hasn't previously done a wipeout, we will be showing you a number of questions.
10.
You have to answer. If you answer a question, it has to be right. Otherwise, you lose all your points for this round. So you can leave questions blank. That doesn't make any difference to your score. But if you get the question wrong, you lose all of your points from this round. So be
and
very
it's 1
in
point for
your
each
answer.
question that you get right.
Yeah.
Because we had some questions about that last time.
Okay.
So question number one, go ahead, Jack.
Question number one, what is the capital city of Australia? What is the capital city of Australia? And I'm finding it very hard to speak because the eyes of Little Red Riding Hood are definitely peering into my soul. It's awful. I cannot believe how anybody would have thought this would be a good idea to make this film.
I didn't remember it looking so creepy.
The woodman's legs are just horrific. They're like
is that a single shoelace on each foot?
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah, and I don't think he appears to have any shins. His knees do appear to go straight into his feet, but that's okay.
That's easily. I mean, some people have that problem. Should we go on to the next question?
Yeah, question number two. According to the Bible, how many sheep did Noah take on the ark? According to the Bible, how many sheep did Noah take on the ark?
The ark, by the ark, we mean Noah's Ark.
Yep. Yeah, sorry, yeah. If anyone's confused, that's Noah taking on his own ark, not anyone else's ark. Another issue I have with the picture in the background is the grandma's hair. It looks like it's made of, I don't even know.
Suffolk sheep,
wool?
perhaps.
Smoke? Cotton wool? Yeah, that as well. And it's about twice the size of her head. Arguably.
Consider it the entire size of her torso.
It arguably doubles her height. Which, you know, having seen The Simpsons, I'm no stranger to, but in this it is very disconcerting. Question number three, probably. In 1967, London Bridge was dismantled and moved to which US state? I did not know that. In 1967, London Bridge was dismantled and moved to which US state?
London Bridge, famous for the song "London Bridge is Falling Down."
Falling down.
Song of the show.
Song of the show. It is our anthem for this question.
Not mentioned in the song "London's Burning."
No, probably because it hadn't been built then.
And of course, not to be confused with Tower Bridge or any other bridge. Wood Bridge.
Oh, nice Suffolk reference there for all you Suffolk lovers out there. That's a little town about 10 minutes from me.
Question number three.
Question number four, in fact. What would one do with a yashmak? What would one do with a yashmak? Good question. Good question. The animal in the back, behind the wolf.
I think it might be some sort of goat or perhaps gazelle.
If this was, I feel like traditionally,
That's an interesting decision they've made to make animals sentient. Because the whole point, because all the main characters are people.
if we dive into this, there are so many issues with that animal. firstly, it's sentient. Secondly,
We don't know it's sentient from the picture.
Red Riding Hood is typically, I don't know, Central European folklore tale. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is a pronghorn, which is a type of North American antelope, which suggests that this was set in North America, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway,
I don't think we necessarily know it's a pronghorn, but let's go on to question 5.
Question number 5, look it up. I feel like it's got the eyes.
Question number 5 is not look it up.
Don't look it up. What animal appears on the logo of the Penguin Books child/young adult range? What animal appears on the logo of the Penguin Books child/young adult range?
And it's not pronghorn.
It's not a pronghorn. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Maybe this is all a big clue.
Or maybe it is.
Right, let me just look up a pronghorn.
Should we do you want to go on to the next question?
Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll stand by my pronghorn name. Question number 6. For how many years did the 100 Years' War last? Oh, for how many years did the 100 Years' War last? Are we bluffing you? Are we hoodwinking you there?
I didn't even. That was not even a conscious link I thought about. What a lovely time. This round brought to you by another friend of the show who shall remain unnamed, Niall. Thank you, Niall.
It is a wonderful round. And it's, and now I'm reading about pronghorns, so that's a great time as well.
We'll save that for a later date, maybe. To question number 6? 7?
Question number 7, in fact. What was the first name of King George VI? Oh, hoodwinked again. What was the first name of King George VI?
It's not King, or maybe it is King. In his, name.
Yeah, true. I mean, could you argue that the first name is your title?
Ooh.
No.
That's why I call you social secretary.
Yeah, probably. Question number 8.
Yeah.
Which breed of domestic cat is also known by the nicknames Stubbin and Rumpy?
Actually, Jack and my names, we are often referred to as Stubbin and Rumpy, but that's not the answer.
No, that will be Dr. Mark if you put that down as the answer. Which breed of domestic cat is also known by the nicknames Stubbin and Rumpy?
Should we rename our Zoom names to Stubbin and Rumpy?
Yep. Should we do it at the same time so we can figure out who's named themselves who?
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's not going to work.
Oh, this is what I did yesterday and actually put the subtitles on when I was trying to rename myself. 1, you ready?
Wait, hang on. Okay. 3, 2, 1. There we go. We both have a name named ourselves the other one. I'm Rumpy and Jeb is Stubbin. So question number 9?
Yep, question number 9. Which band sang a song about an Eggman and a walrus? Which band sang a song about an Eggman and a walrus? Good question.
Not really liking the petition we've got going on to dislike the video.
Yeah, I saw that. I chose to ignore it. I didn't want to give it airtime, Hugo. Sorry, Rumpy.
Rumpy. Oh yeah, the wipeout round has been explained. Don't worry about it. I just refreshed my YouTube. Sorry.
Okay, let's go. Oh yeah, I think that was I'm glad to say it hasn't happened.
I think I'm quite happy with Rumpy and Stubbin, but who of us would be Eggman and who would be Walrus? Because I feel like I am definitely both.
Should we no? Let's not. Should we rename? No.
Rumpy and Stubbin is too good.
I'm happy with those. I don't want to keep this for that much longer.
Yeah, true. Next question.
Yep. Next question. Question number 10. Who wrote the poem Paradise Lost? Who wrote the poem Paradise Lost?
So I'll just quickly go through those again. Capital of Australia. Sheep on the Ark. Which state is London Bridge in? What do you do with the Yashmak? What animal is on the pronghorn? Was on the Penguin Books logo? The logo of Pronghorn Books. How many years did the 100 Years' War last? First name of George VI. Which breed of domestic cat is known by the nickname Stubbin and Rumpy? Which band sang a song about an Eggman and a walrus? And who wrote the poem Paradise Lost?
Great questions. Great.
So if
Great
everyone's
sets,
got those answers in, we'll leave it a few moments for you to have a think about these last one, and then we will go on to the answers. Just
Probably.
with question 9, we are after the song who originally did it.
Yes, that's true.
The original people who did this song.
Wow.
Are you right there?
I can see people are volunteering Spanish students to help to translate. Poor Michael.
Oh, that's a good time.
Yeah.
So shall we go on to the answers then, I suppose?
Let's do it.
How do you want to do it, Jack? Shall I read out all the answers, or do you want to do a little bit?
I don't mind. I can jump in for a round, maybe.
Do you want to do the answers to the wipeout then?
Okay.
The links,
sure.
rather.
Sorry, which one?
You do your rounds, I'll do my rounds. Okay. What the links? So the
Okay.
links. Also, I
Okay.
put a little shape for put the answers in a little shape for each one, so that's a little fun thing.
Oh, I really like that. So, which English actor caused controversy? The actor was, of course, Lawrence Fox. Lawrence Fox, you there? Which animal was historically taken into the mines by workers? That, of course, was a canary.
More than one
3.
canary.
Which Miles Davis album was ranked the 12th greatest of all time? That was Kind of Blue.
We're very well done if you got that at home.
Yeah, very well done. Question number 4. In the Catholic Church, canonization is a formal name of what? It is the formal name of becoming a saint.
Or being made a saint, or making a saint. As long as you've got the word saint in there, you can have the answer.
Yep. Question number 5. The wine is, of course, claret.
Claret or claret.
Claret.
Yeah, there you go. Great minds. Question 6. Yes.
Question 6 is, of course, seagulls. Any of you coastal people will know that.
Or
They're getting
not.
terrifying. Question number 7 is, of course, Citizen Khan. Question number 8 is Eddie the Eagle. Is a link forming for some people now? Question number 9 is Bone Spurs.
That's
course,
maybe a
Bone
bit of a
Spurs.
giveaway if you got that one. And of
People-
course, the link is Jack.
We've all had them. What is the link?
Do you know it?
I thought I did, but now I'm doubting myself.
It's nicknames of
I
Premier League
didn't.
football teams.
That's good. Oh, of course, but yeah. I was thinking
So
animals for a bit of it, but that didn't come through.
so or nicknames of football teams is fine. So we had the Foxes, of course, Leicester, Canaries, Norwich. Why did I decide to do this? This is going to be embarrassing. Blues, maybe Chelsea. The Saints, Southampton, of course. The Clarets of various teams that play in the colour claret. I feel like one in particular, but I'm not going to hazard a guess. The Seagulls of Brighton. The Citizens, Manchester City. The Eagles, I believe, are Crystal Palace.
I think you're a band on that.
Spurs are Tottenham, of course. And then that's the link. So, Mary Berry's Baking Bible, of course, a book close to all of our hearts and close to all of our reasons for high cholesterol. The type of pastry is choux pastry.
Oh,
Choux
delicious.
pastry, or choux,
Delicious.
if you want to pronounce it wrong. And you should make Mary Berry's pie for between 40 to 45 minutes. So you can have anything from 40 to 45.
This is a ridiculous round.
The baked good is Barabrith. Barabrith is what we're after.
Nice.
3 ingredients go into it. We don't care about self-raising or unsalted or whatever, even though she does specify. But as long as you've got butter, sugar, and flour. Butter, sugar, and flour are the 3 ingredients. It's a quite simple recipe. I'm sure you can find it online. The one that isn't a cake recipe is Bonfire Night Lava Cake. Bonfire Night Lava Cake.
That sounds absolutely delicious.
It's I think she should make it one. Of course, Mary Berry's Baking Bible does feature a section on bread, so the statement is false. Of course, she's got a section of bread. It's a baking Bible.
book without bread.
Honestly. the very best scones have jam, then cream. Of course, the way I believe it should be done personally, because the jam is easier to spread, and therefore you put more cream on top. But you think what you want. As I have airtime and no one can interrupt me, I will say that. Question number 8. Egg whites go into royal icing. Egg whites. This is butterfly cakes. Butterfly cakes. And the blurb, it is the most reliable celebrity cookbook. Most reliable celebrity cookbooks.
None other for Mary. None other.
Lovely stuff. So, Jack, do you want to go for the Nim Actor round?
Yep, can do. So question number 1 is, of course, Amanda Seyfried. Famous in Mamma Mia. Wouldn't be able to say what her role was in the other two, but
this shape is appropriate to the thing.
What?
Yeah, this one.
Question number 2 is, of course, Matthew McConaughey playing starring roles in The Wolf of Wall Street. Not so sure about the other two.
Matthew McConaughey is the longest actor name with no repeating letters. Question number 3.
Oh, yeah. Question number 3 is, of course, the famous Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing starring roles in Inception and Looper. I've never seen 500 Days of Summer, but I'm sure he stars very well in that too. Question number 4 is, of course, the famous Mark Ruffalo.
Inspiration for the children's monster, I presume?
Yep, the Ruffalo and the Ruffalo's Child are both out at the moment. Question number 5 is Ryan Gosling.
I hope one day he'll grow up to be a Ryan Goose.
He's the front of all 3, isn't he? I think, possibly.
I can't tell because they've been blurred out.
Very true. Question number 6 is, of course, Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi, I would have said.
Buscemi. Yep.
In The Death of Stelline, The Big Lebowski, and Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir. Yep. Question 7 is, of course,
I meant Natalie.
Natalia Portman.
Just Natalie Portman.
Natalia Portman.
Just Natalie Portman. Just Natalie Portman.
Ignore Natalia, but that's okay. Not if you
Don't
want
ignore her, but it's fine.
Question number 8 is Brad Pitt, of course. Question number 9 is Michael Caine. Michael Caine. And question number 10 is Gary Oldman. Good stuff.
There we go.
Over to the Avatar round.
The Avatar round. So the question number 1, the fictional moon is Pandora. So Pandora, of course, with her famous box. This shape I sort of chose for this answers. It does seem a little bit fascist. That's not intentional. I don't know why. Something about
only vaguely fascist. I think it's the arrows.
But obviously we neither condone nor we do. We condone fascism.
We just
Avatar surpassed Titanic. Titanic was the film that surpassed. Also another James Cameron one. The mineral is unobtainium. Unobtainium.
Oh yeah.
That one. The country with 4D cinemas was South Korea. South
classic.
Korea.
They're ahead of the curve.
Oh yeah, everyone can have a point if they put Natalia Portman, but only if they put Natalia. Sorry, you can't just have a point willy-nilly.
Everyone can have a point.
Question number 5. Slate described the characters as cats with human boobs. Cats with human boobs. As I'm sure they also described the film Cats.
Why do all conversations lead to cats, Hugo?
Oh, a lot of things. Question number 6. Natas Vinkere, the abbreviation is Navi. I hope everyone at home is into their Ukrainian esports.
I know I am.
Hexapodal means 6-legged or six-footed. 6-legged, 6-footed. Hence hex. It was not released on the Game Boy Advance. It was not released on the Game Boy Advance, as Jack, the logic was provided.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, released on all those others, and there are Avatar Lady's lovely eyes. Zelda herself. The name of the large trees that are the homes, the large trees that are the homes, are home trees. Home trees was the answer we were after. And of course, this last question, the answer is Hotel for Dogs.
Really? That one is even more fascist than the rest of them.
It is a little bit. I'm sorry about that. Here comes the wipeout.
Oh, lovely.
I mean, with this picture, and then with this picture, there are
I don't like it at
visceral. A
all.
lot of things going on.
I don't like it at all.
Capital city of Australia, Jack. Oh, do you want to read? Sorry.
I don't mind. Canberra.
I'll do them. And do you want to get ready making a Facebook post?
Yeah. Okay.
So the capital city of Australia is Canberra. Noah took 7 sheep on the ark. Reminder: if you get any of these questions in this round wrong, that's 0 for the entire round, even just one wrong.
Don't forget.
London Bridge was moved to Arizona.
What? That's crazy.
Arizona. With a yashmak, you would wear it. It's a type of a Turkish veil, or like a niqab. A yashmak. So you'd wear it. The animal is a puffin, not a pronghorn. It's a puffin. The 100 Years' War, of course, lasted 116 years. We'll give you 1 year either way, as why not? As you know, the end of a war is a little bit tenuous. Question number 6. The first name of George VI is Albert. 7. Albert. Albert is the answer to that one.
Nice.
Stubbin and Rumpy are, of course, nicknames on the Isle of Man for the Manx cat.
Wow. I guess you can get that from Stubbin.
Stubbin and Rumpy are names for the Manx cat.
Because they have no tail.
They sort of have no tail, although they do have a very small tail.
So weird.
Question number 9. The band that originally sang it was the Beatles, is what we're after.
Classic band.
And the poem Paradise Lost was written by John Milton. So have you made that post, Jack?
I have indeed. I'm posting it.
So if you're a member of Hill Bede, go ahead onto... Oh.
Posted.
So if you're a member of Hill Bede, go onto Bedo's Playtime and put your scores. Did you do it on Bedo's Playtime or did you do it on Hill Bede FLC?
I did it on Bedo's Playtime.
Bedo's Playtime, perfect. So comment your scores and your team name, and then we will go through those imminently.
Yes.
Apparently, there were 7 pairs of sheep, not just 7 sheep. So if you put, so we'll give you the answer for the sheep question. If you have put, where's it gone? If you put 7, or if you've put 14, so you can have 7 or 14 for that one. So well done. And so while you're sending in those scores, it's time for a section we've all come to know and love. Are you smarter than a social sec?
Brilliant. My favourite time of the week.
Right. So Jack, we like to quiz you. You're oftentimes quite a knowledgeable person, and so we like to make sure of that by testing you on something that you obviously know lots about. This week, we've decided to test you on the beloved British soap opera Coronation Street.
Oh, brilliant choice. I do know much about Coronation Street, so please fire away.
There's 3 options for each one. Would you like it with the options, would you say?
Can I start without the options, and then if I have no idea, which I won't?
Okay. So, which dramatic event was... Play along at home if you want, see if you're smarter than the social sec. So question number 1, this isn't part of the quiz. You send in your answers while we're doing this. Which dramatic event was depicted in a 50th anniversary live episode in 2010?
Which actual event?
Which dramatic event?
Oh.
Was it A, a plane crash, B, a tram crash, or C, a trolleybus crash?
Oh, it's definitely a tram crash.
Okay, so you're saying tram crash?
Yep.
Okay. Question number 2. In which fictional suburb of Greater Manchester is Corrie set? Is it Weatherfield, Wimslow, or Withington?
I think it's Weatherfield.
Weatherfield, okay. Question number 3. Who is Gail's mum? Is it Agnes, Alice, or Audrey?
Audrey.
Audrey. Some bold guesses from the social sec. What
Jump
role has William Roach played in Corrie for more than 50 years? Is it Kevin Barton, Keith Brunswick, or Ken Barlow?
Ken Barlow.
Ken Barlow. Are you a Corrie watcher, Jack?
No, I've never seen an episode.
And the pub in Corrie, is it called the Cricketer's Arms, the Rover's Return, or the Dog and Gun?
The Rover's Return.
Rover's Return. Interestingly, so the question one, the dramatic event, was a tram crash indeed. The suburb was Weatherfield indeed. The mum was called Audrey. William Roach did play Ken Barlow, and the pub was the Rover's Return. So that was a 5 out of 5 for Jack, who, to my knowledge, did not know much about Coronation Street. So very well done at home if you've matched the social sec, and if you've beat him, that is impossible. So very well done.
That was the interesting one. I didn't realize I knew as much as I did about Coronation Street.
That was good. Yeah, you did get 5 out of 5.
I mean, Audrey was a complete guess.
But the other ones, you've heard about.
Yeah,
so
probably.
Time to look at how that post's getting on.
We do have a. Oh, hang on. What did we say was the logo for the penguin?
Puffin.
Puffin. Yeah. Someone has sent a picture in of their book, which is with a penguin on it.
No, the children's books. The children's books are a puffin.
I don't know if this is a children's book or not. I might have to double check.
What is the book they've sent in?
The book is Unrequited.
That sounds a little bit too adult.
It does sound a little bit too adult.
So it's Puffin is what we're after, because it was for the children or young.
Maybe it's not. No, it's not. Sorry, this is the. I think it's The Upside of Unrequited, which is a young adult novel by Becky Albertalli, and I do have photographic evidence of it having a penguin on it.
Well, in that case, if that changes your score and you get an extra 1, you can have Puffin or Penguin. Do reply to your own score post and with a +1.
There you go.
So we've got a lot of answers
in. There we go. Sorted out. Let's see what the comments is doing. How many people have submitted their? Oh, we've got 18. That's looking pretty good.
I'm slightly troubled by the name. We have nudes of Hugo Bush. I didn't think they were publicly available, and that thing will be banned from my OnlyFans.
So we're looking good. There's a lot of
slightly suspicious from COVID Crusaders, who got more than the total amount of points.
Hang on, where's that? Oh yeah, you might have to COVID Crusaders. Maybe double check your marking there, because that is.
Oh, sorry, the wipeout round is worth 1 point per question you get right.
Yeah, 1 point per question you get right. There are only. It's out of 50. Is that right?
Felix and Tom OnlyFans.com have given themselves a half point for some reason. So I mean,
I don't think we were giving out half points.
No, I don't think we're giving out half points. We'll round you down when we're talking about it. Have you seen any team names that take your fancy?
I'm having a little scroll through. Do you wanna pick out your 3 favorite? No. And I'll see which one I like.
Okay. Some big. So I'm going to say honourable mentions to Red Ruth isn't actually that bad, and of course Quizzy Rascal and Quarantine still better than Hatfield. But the Jack the 3 you're going to be choosing from today to pick your winner are Quarantina Turner.
Okay.
You can't spell quarantine without URAQT. And Quentin Quarantino. Everyone's gone for a similar vibe this week.
Yeah, there seems to be something on people's minds. I'm not quite sure what it is. But...
Quentin Quarantino. Oh, hang on, new one.
Yeah, people are
Blue Fighters is also big.
They are still kind of coming in. So
I think we can do team name now.
Okay. That's such a hard one. I love them all for different reasons. I do. I don't know. I do quite like Quentin Quarantino, and we did have a Quentin Tarantino film in this, so I like the relevance as well.
Takes the team name.
So I might have to go with Quentin Quarantino.
So I will reply to your Facebook comment, and if you could give me a round for next week on the Facebook below.
Have a look. And what are we looking with the? Wow, we've got a.
Well done to Lauren and whoever's on her team for the team name victory.
we'll wait for COVID Crusaders updated score probably to come in before we announce who's going to win, because technically that would be the winning score.
I think we can't necessarily give them the victory unless they're
Oh, I
carrying
don't-
over some points from next week.
Yeah, we'll wait a bit if they want to update their score. If they don't, we'll have to maybe accept that that isn't necessarily real, considering it's more points than are in the entire quiz. Maybe just really good at quizzes, never know.
Oh, apparently. Okay, yeah. If anyone's put ladybird, I'm going to stand correct. Say that is wrong, because that is for young children and toddlers, and we did say young adults.
Who'd have thought that the penguin book would be the contentious one?
I know, right?
Always the ones you least expect.
Sometimes the most innocuous animal is up to the most trouble. Oh, what have we got? Oh my gosh! Yeah, all right. Our quiz round for next week is the life and times of Simon Forrest.
Oh,
The life and times of Simon Forrest, who is Hillbede's principal. If you're not necessarily Hillbede and you are a family of a quiz goer, we will try to make it a little bit more accessible than meets the eye.
that's gonna be a good one to write.
The life and times of Simon Forrest.
So I like to see. That's a brilliant round. Very well done. Very great choice.
Very good
gave that
choice.
one. There's still no update from
I think
the
we
COVID
might have to
Crusaders.
assume, and we might have to disqualify them therefore.
I'm really sorry, COVID Crusaders. We're giving you a bit of time. Let's give them 10 more seconds to write a comment, and then add 20 seconds onto that, because we're giving them 10 more seconds and they won't see it.
Jack, what do you think? What do you think of this week's quiz? How's it been?
I enjoyed it. It was a very strong quiz. I thought the title sides were very strong. I think the second to last round and the last round, they did almost break me, but I managed to stay with it.
Do you love a little bit of hoodwinked?
I do. I absolutely hate it, but I do love it at the same time. I was very surprised by the Coronation Street round. Maybe I have watched an episode. Who knows? Sitting there in my subconscious. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a decent quiz, Shall we? I'm really sorry, COVID Crusaders. I don't think we can give it to you, because you got 56. So,
which isn't physically possible. So who's next highest after that, you see?
I think it's Quiz with Niv. I think Quiz with Niv. No, sorry, never mind. It's not. It's Harvey's mum is a key. There's a tie. Hugo, there's a tie.
Panic at the Tesco and Harvey's mum's a key worker both have 40 points. It's okay. We can give them both the prize.
Oh, very true. That's very true.
And the prize this week is a scratch card. That's right. There's lots of gambling adverts going about. We don't necessarily condone those. But
No.
you win a scratch card. I'm afraid it is a used one and it wasn't a winner. But nonetheless, you do win a picture of this scratch card, which was not a winner. Very well done for both of those teams.
Was that is that yours?
That's neither here nor there.
Yep. Sorry.
We've been rubbing and stumpy.
Rubbin and Stumpy.
Thank you very much for coming. Lovely to see you as always.
Absolutely. We'll see you next week.
See you next week for a round on Simon Forrest to whatever extent. We will make it accessible, don't worry.
Be there or be square. I expect to see everyone there.
Yes, please.
All right.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
And we're just doing a bit where Jack works out how to end the stream.
We do the bit where I try and mess around until I can figure out how to stop the live stream. I think you stop it using doing this, but I can never figure it out.
I think you can just stop it on Zoom, straight from Zoom.
Yeah, I think you can.